Hello and welcome back to Love Triangle, guys. And I just realized that it actually takes a while to build up points so you can get more stories. There's really not an option to just buy it unless you spend like hundreds of dollars on diamonds and stuff. So it may be a while in between each of these episodes. Not sure how fast I'll be able to build them up in the future. But yeah, just bear that in mind with this series. Anyway, let's get continuing on to dinner with Cody. Who cares what I said? Come on, Kayla, let's go. Go where? At this hour, he could only be talking about Josh at the cafe. It is dinner time, isn't it? I am feeling a bit hungry. Ryan and Cody escort me from the freshly arranged room. A fragrant herbal scent fills the cafe. It turns out to be Josh's homemade Bonaparte cooking. The delicate flavors have us licking our lips, and a little wine helps round out the experience. Josh, today's sauce smells wonderful. Are those shallots I detect? Yes, well done, sir. It's a sauce beurre blanc. It's made with a reduction of shallots and white wine vinegar. Ryan stands up and asks Josh to show him the vinegar he used. Although I can't really follow their conversation, the white fish in front of me is unmistakably delicious. Cody leans over and whispers in my ear. The hotel Ryan works at is top class, and he's their head bartender. He works hard to maintain his sense of taste and smell. That's really amazing. He must be proud of his work. Cody's expression immediately changes. There's nothing to be proud about. Huh? Why does he say that? He grabs hold of my hand as he quietly exclaims, Ryan had a dream when he was younger, only thanks to me. Cody! Ryan's expression looks deadly serious as he interrupts his brother. Were you really going to tell Kayla that? You've barely known her for a day. I feel a momentary twinge of sadness when I hear that. I certainly can't talk to you about it. You won't listen. Sorry, Kayla. Looks like we spoiled your dinner. That's not true. We've barely started eating. Let's finish, okay? I show Cody and Ryan a smile. Cody silently straightens up in his chair. Ryan returns his seat and places his napkin on his lap. For a brief moment, it feels like everything is back to normal. Forgive me. I'm going back to my room. Cody appears to be unhappy as he stands up to leave. Ryan grabs hold of my arm as I start to call out to his brother. Don't let it bother you. I'll talk to him later. Okay. I suppose he's right. Were you really going to tell Kayla that? You've barely known her for a day. Besides, it sounds like a problem between the two of them. Still, I thought we were becoming friends. Perhaps that's why I feel hurt after hearing Ryan's comment. I suddenly recall the look in Cody's eyes just before Ryan had interrupted him. Ryan had a dream when he was younger, only thanks to me. The way Cody reached out to me made it seem like he was really upset. I glanced down at my hand as I remember his grasp. Kayla, do you have any siblings? Ryan's question startles me from my thoughts. No, I'm an only child. I see. He smiles briefly before asking, I hate to ask you this, but could you stay away from Cody? No, he's our route choice. Pardon? What did he just say? Ryan is staring directly at me and speaking clearly, only none of what he is saying is making sense. Forgive me. Without another word, he stands up and waves to Josh before leaving the cafe. I'm left behind, sitting alone at the table. Josh kindly rests his hand on my shoulder, and it warms my heart. So that's the end of the chapter. Look forward to the next one. Hey, listen up now, okay? What's the matter, Cody? Ryan seems to have said something awful to Kayla. Am I right, Kayla? Are you alright? Ryan may seem savvy and smart, but he isn't as clever as he usually is when it comes to a girl he likes. Oh, really? I thought Ryan is the one who knows the best how to survive in the real world among all the Lilac Court. You're right, but I can't believe that he said that to her. Does he maybe love her? If that's the case, I can't waste time here. Kayla, let's go on a date in the next chapter. Oh, they're like breaking the fourth wall, I see. Even if my rival in love were my own brother, I wouldn't care. Kayla, I'll make you unable to take your eyes off of me. One more thing. Why don't you eat more? When I hold you tight, I'm afraid I'll break you. Shh, Cody, that's what you're going to do in the next chapter. You can't tell her the story yet. Oops, don't tell Ryan. Alright then, see you in the next chapter soon. Chapter 2. I returned to my room with a heavy heart. We only just met. Obviously there would be things they wouldn't feel comfortable telling me. Still, I can't stop wondering what happened between the brothers. Ryan had a dream when he was younger, only thanks to me. Cody's interrupted confession flashes through my mind. I know he wanted to tell me something, but it probably is best not to pry. I absently began flipping through the photo album lying on the table. Half a month has passed since my arrival at Clayton National Animal Institute, and I feel like I'm growing comfortable looking after the leopards. Though the incident with the Gray brothers remain unresolved, nothing further has arisen from it. How are you all doing today? Finished with the cleaning, I start checking out the leopards in the safari area through the fence. The safari area is a section of the zoo attached to the research facility. Lana, your fur is looking nice today too. As I peer through the fence, the leopard who has cautiously approached me on the first day comes up sauntering. I had chosen to call her Lana. She turns away again, then lightly growls and looks back over her shoulder. Do you want me to follow you? When I ask, Lana starts walking away. Should I? The leopards here are all raised by humans and there's no fear of them attacking. However, I still make it a point to try and keep my distance. Again and again, Lana turns to look back at me, slowly confirming my suspicion. I can almost hear her calling my name. In the end, I give in to her request. Lana leads me to a tree where a fellow leopard is lying on the ground. She begins licking its face. This leopard doesn't look like it's been resting. I rush to the intercom and contact the people in the lab, after which Lana's cohort is immediately taken in for examination. How is the leopard? Have you learned anything? It's the same illness that's affecting them in the wild. It has already developed the disease. What? Although it's isolated now, there's a chance the others might already be infected. We'll have to examine all the leopards. It seems perfectly healthy yesterday. Lana, thanks for letting me know about your sick friend. You really did give her a name. Amazing. Please don't give me a hard time. We'll have their exam results by tomorrow. That's all Timo says before returning to work. I hope the others aren't infected. Praying they would be alright, I head back to my research. I need to hurry up and find an antibody. Thoughts of the leopard's health weigh heavily on my mind, making the road home feel unusually long. There's nothing I can do but wait for tomorrow's results. I know that, but suddenly I feel a finger prodding my left shoulder. I turn to look, but there's no one there. Huh? Did I just imagine it? Just then, Cody playfully jumps out from behind me and yells, "Boo!" Wah! Cody, you scared me! You should have seen the look on your face. My anger dissipates when I see him double over in laughter. Perhaps I should return the favor? An idea forms in my head and I decide to act. Continuing to look upset, I turn away from him and start walking. I'll just keep walking until he comes up to apologize. Hee hee. Surprise! Cody leaps forward and grabs me by the shoulder. Wait, I'm sorry. Please don't get mad. I won't do it again. You promise? Yes, I promise. Alright, I forgive you. Cody grimaces and realizes he's just been teased when he sees the wide grin on my face. You should be an actress, Kayla. You had me completely fooled. You think so? It sounds like fun, but I've already found my calling. Although I'm not having much success yet. Without realizing it, my gaze begins to fall. Cody leans closer and gives me a worried look. Is something wrong? No, I'm just becoming keenly aware of how difficult my job is right now. Nothing beats a smile during times like this. I'll give you one and you try returning it, okay? Cody looks at me in the eye and gives me a wide grin. Hey, I recognize that line. Cody looks me in the eye and gives me a wide grin. Hey, I recognize that line. What you said just now. It's a line from the role you complimented me on earlier. Although it sounds kind of corny, I like it. Cody, you're amazing. Thanks, Cody. I feel better already. I start to step out into the crosswalk in front of us. A car horn immediately blares from the oncoming traffic lane beside me. Kayla, look out! Wah! My hair is blown back as a truck goes speeding past right before my eyes. That was close. Cody has his arm around me and my back is pressed firmly against him. I can feel his heart racing almost as fast as mine. Didn't you see? The light's red. Be more careful. I'm sorry. Thanks. I glance up at the light and realize Cody is right. If he hadn't reached out and grabbed me just now, I might not be standing here right now. Forgive me. I shouldn't have yelled at you. That's okay. I'm really truly grateful. For a second there, I thought my heart was going to stop. I'm sorry I scared you. Cody relaxes his embrace and gives me a pat on the head. Just don't do it again. I'm sorry, I won't. Okay, enough with the apologies. But suddenly I spot a man standing at the crosswalk, catty corner from us. He looks familiar. Isn't that Ryan? He doesn't appear to have noticed the two of us. When Cody doesn't respond, I ask if he's going to call to Ryan, ask if something happened between them. Let's ask if something happened between them. Is something going on between you and Ryan? Not really. Don't tell me you had another argument. When I look up at Cody, he sheepishly turns away. Heck no. Anyhow, Ryan's probably on his way to work. Come on, let's go get a treat from Josh in the cafe. I suppose. I glance at Ryan as he disappears in the distance and remember his earlier request to me. How exactly did he put it? I hate to ask you this, but could you stay away from Cody? Forgive me. Cody suddenly sticks his nose in my face. Whoa, what's wrong? Nothing. You just look kind of sad, watching my brother leave. That's not true. Come on, let's go. It isn't. If you say so. He doesn't press the issue any further. I, on the other hand, continue feeling guilty for ignoring Ryan's request. Hello there, welcome back. Josh greets us with a smile as we walk into the cafe. Did you two walk home together? Uh-huh, I ran into him part way. Yep. Cody heads straight for the inn seat at the counter, then pulls out the chair next to him for me. What can I get you two? I'll have the chocolate gâteau with black tea. Really? That's what I was going to eat. We look at each other in surprise, then start laughing. Good grief. Who would have guessed? That was quite unexpected. There's never a dull moment with Cody. You two are in luck. I made a particularly special chocolate gâteau today. Cody and I are both excited to hear that. Josh is smiling as he fetches 2 teacups and places them on the counter. Following that, he sets in front of us 2 plates that hold our chocolate gâteau. Is that how you say that? Gâteau? Gâteau? It's long been said that similar tastes in food are a sign 2 people will get along well together. Really? This is the first time I've heard of it. Doesn't it make sense, though? After all, just think of all the tasting experiences we've had in common. It's like spotting an old classmate in a crowd of strangers. An old classmate? That's okay. I know what you're trying to say. I glance over and see Cody excitedly putting his fork into his cake. I've never had a chocolate gâteau that was this smooth and rich. He's working on a second bite before he can finish talking. Looks like you're enjoying it. Hurry up and try a bite. Of course. Cody is so intent on seeing my reaction he doesn't even blink. Cody, you're making me nervous, staring at me like that. He then rests his chin in his hand and looks at me seriously. If you're not going to eat it, I will. Hey, you can't do that. I immediately take a bite of my dessert. The deep, rich flavor of cocoa spreads throughout my mouth, leaving behind a pleasantly bittersweet aftertaste. Wow, this is fantastic. Looks to me like you're enjoying it too. This brings back memories. I remember my father saying it to me all the time. I glance at Cody as he nods back, grinning with satisfaction. The gâteau doesn't last long, however, and before I realize it, I'm stuffing the last bite into my mouth. Our teacups clatter on their saucers as we set them down at the same moment. It appears tea time was to both of your satisfaction. Josh's gaze suddenly drifts towards the doorway. I knew I would find you here, Cody. The pleasant atmosphere of the counter immediately dissolves at the sound of Ryan's voice. Uh-oh, Ryan's back. And of course, Kayla's with you. The tone of his voice drops when he says that. I've got a bad feeling about this. Don't you have work today? I thought I told you I had the day off. Cody's question appears to surprise Ryan. I better get going. Josh, the gâteau was really delicious. I stand up to leave, hoping to slip out without causing a scene. Cody, dinner is ready. Are you coming? Already? Isn't it a bit early? Early? We always eat at this time. You know, I'm not that hungry. You're not? That cake just now was pretty filling. He should have considered dinner before ordering it. You're kidding me. I made more than enough for the 2 of us. Just then, Ryan's gaze meets mine. He looks annoyed. Kayla, would you care to join me instead? Me? Nothing is worse than having to eat your own cooking alone. I'd love the company. That is, unless you have other plans. No, I just don't want you to feel troubled. Then it's settled. Ryan smiles and puts my heart at ease. Wait a second, Kayla. You just finished eating the same cake I did. Yeah, so? You must have a hollow leg or something. Don't be silly. Good point. We can wait a few minutes before dinner. Fine, I'll join Kayla then. Looks like they aren't going to get into an argument after all. That's a relief. We can watch a DVD or something until you're ready to eat. Are you sure you don't mind? My concern over his request to keep my distance from Cody leaves me hesitant. No, of course not. However, Ryan's behavior is just as friendly as when we first met. So, what made him upset that one day? Prepare yourself, Ryan's a great cook. In that case, how about I take Lucas for a walk? No, Josh, it's fine. I'll take him. Kayla, go on ahead with Ryan. I'll see you two when I return. Cody calls Lucas and heads outside. Cody and I take turns walking Lucas every day. Shall we get going? Sure. We wave goodbye to Josh and leave the cafe. I want to get out of my work clothes, so I tell Ryan I'm going to change first before heading to his room. When I knock on the Gray's door, Ryan immediately answers it. Welcome, come on in. Thank you. I thought my room was big, but this place is way huger. Why don't you have a seat on the sofa? I'm still setting the table. Let me give you a hand. No need. All that's left is setting out dishes. As my guest, you should relax. Watch television if you'd like. I almost feel like I'm in a fancy restaurant as Ryan offers to take my coat and hangs it up for me. Oh, thanks, Ryan. Not at all. By the way, I'm sorry about earlier. His apology catches me by surprise. Sorry for telling you to keep your distance from Cody. Ryan doesn't take his eyes off me. Forgive me. It wasn't my intention to ignore you, but Cody dragged you along with him today. It's not that. It's just I can't bear to look Ryan in the eye. I shouldn't have told you to keep your distance from him. Forgive me. I won't mention it again. Oh? I'm not very comfortable with other people hearing about our arguments. However, I've noticed Cody's been behaving differently ever since he met you. Differently? Since meeting me? Ryan's remark leaves me confused. I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. What do you mean by differently? Didn't I see Cody with his arms around you at the crosswalk today? I know that if he meets someone special, he's gonna want to talk about us. It just happens that you're his... Oh, Ryan, you've got it all wrong. Cody put his arms around me to save me from getting hurt. Huh? He did? I'm not anything special to Cody. Ryan and I look at each other and both laugh. Relax, Ryan. I have no interest in prying in your relationship with your brother. I'd like to think the three of us can all be good friends. That remark seems to catch Ryan off guard, then he gently smiles. He places his large hands on my shoulder and thanks. He urges me to take a seat. Just then, music comes blaring from the television. Oh, it's starting. Is it a new drama? Yes, Cody got a small part in this one. Really? What kind of part is it? What do you think? Try and guess. All right. I focus on the television as Ryan heads into the kitchen. Cody's character shows up almost immediately. Oh, I almost can't believe that it's him. Is he on already? That was fast. On the screen, Cody is smiling and acting cheerfully. He reminds me a lot of Ryan. Doesn't he seem completely different? Ryan is filling glasses with sparkling wine aperitif. When he notices my disbelief, he laughs in amusement. Not just that, it's like he seems like he's putting on an act. Not to mention, he seems a lot like you. You think so? Is that how you see me? Yes, you're really a friendly person. I'm sure everyone else sees you the same way too. Oh? I guess I've never really noticed. Of course not. You're too concerned about those around you. Like you were with Cody earlier. I think it's wonderful. You're more perceptive than I am. Anyhow, Cody keeps getting these same kind of roles. I can understand why. He does them really well. He said he'd prefer something edgier or darker, to tell the truth. Something that would expand his repertoire as an actor. He really works hard to get into those roles. I really respect him for that. Ryan smiles as he watches his brother on the screen. He really cares about Cody, doesn't he? Whoops, sorry, I got myself distracted. We should start eating before dinner gets cold. Okay guys, we will see what happens when they start eating and Cody comes back next time. Thanks for watching.